something dawned on me there yesterday, and I thought I'd make a video about it. And it became very clear once I had that small insight or epiphany as such. I've spent the last 10 years or whatever being an artist, talking about, discussing and thinking about the art more than making it. And this insight that I've got about my own work has slightly disturbed me in a sense, because I've done all this thinking and talking about my work so that it's better when I come to it. But the problem that I think occurs many times for me, and there's a little whisper inside me when I'm making my own creative work, or I'm doing anything creative, or I'm generating anything, it isn't caught up with the level at which I think about it. So everything is behind the overthinking mind, you know. And I guess it was only out of a place, and I can see why I've done that now, and why I spent so much time thinking and talking about it, because when I wanted to make it, I didn't want to be a charlatan, I wanted to be authentic. And I've kind of touched on this idea in some other videos that I've made. But I guess why I'm making this video is that the insight that's found in this is that I'm getting closer to what these blocks are. And I think that has something to do with me reading The Artist's Way recently, and that's kind of titrating into my consciousness again, and I'm realizing other resistances that I have. And I think the antidote to this overthinking and talking about my work more than doing it is making small incremental steps, small creative incremental steps. And the problem with that kind of way of thinking is making incremental gains when it comes to my own art is that my own ego. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and he's kind of blocked and he can't make any work because one of the problems is he thinks he's good, and then anytime he makes work, it will never be up to the standards that he thinks of himself. And that same concept applies to me, except I won't even go for smaller gains. And a lot of people that watch my YouTube channel probably watch the Jordan Peterson videos, and I'm tying that in, Jordan Peterson's work, into my artwork. And you know, he speaks about making gains sort of incrementally, and I need to remind myself to make gains incrementally again. And it's so easy, you can get caught up in that thing, because I was just recently thinking about, I've made like 70 short films in the past year and a half, and that's a lot of short films to make, and that's a lot of stories and ideas to come up with. But that still doesn't feel like my full potential and my full max out on how to bring ideas to fruition. I feel like I'm a gumball machine of ideas. If I could just get out of my way with the overthinking and the over talking about it, more of those ideas will come out, and they'll come out more playfully. So that's what I hope for myself going forward, is to catch myself in modes of thinking like that, and just make something, make anything, make something small. I watch a lot of YouTube channels about making work, and we all say the same thing in some senses: just make something small when it seems like a mountainous task. I think one of the problems is you're always comparing a past project to how you feel now, and that isn't the truth. But it's so easy to forget, and I forget that all the time. One of the pluses of working with someone else is you get a momentum of what you're doing, and those small steps don't seem so minuscule. And when you're working with other people, you make bigger steps than you'd make yourself. So that's the plus side, the positives to working with other people. You can negate the pure grind of making art and making work. It doesn't seem like such a tremendous task, because you're collaborating your minds and your ideas together to generate something bigger than both of yourselves. So that's the plus. Most of my creative work has been done with my partner. who I make short films with. So that makes sense. But I'd like to be able to generate more ideas by my own means, and I think it's just a block of sorts that I'm going through, and I need to dance more to figure out where I'm going. I'm going to figure it out on the way, and I always do. And so maybe I can learn a lesson from myself here. It's like with my own art and what creative endeavors and even smaller projects and bigger projects that I'm trying to attend to, I'll figure it out on the way. I just need to start walking, even if that walk might seem daunting or pointless. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys who think that your next project seems impossible and you're not in the right state of mind to get there. But just take a few steps and you might find your way there. So that's the advice I'm giving to myself as well. Anyways, this is a short little video and I hope you liked it. And I'll catch you again in the next one. Cheers, guys.